Hello and welcome to Life in the Bitter Truth. This is a podcast where we seek to understand the deeper, sometimes painful aspects of life and what it all means to us. I'm Vittorio, and today I have a special guest, Dinorah. Say hello.
Well, hello there, everyone.
Okay, good. That was a little bit delayed, but okay, you got to do a better job of that. So what we're going to do, so obviously, why you're here? Well, we're going to do a little bit of format change. Alex has been busy doing so many things, and you know that kid's just crazy. So she's got lots of things on her plate. So she wasn't able to join us. So we're going to do a little bit of add some people. You're one of them. So
I'm
that's
so
what we're
honored.
doing. Yeah,
Oh,
so it's very
honored.
cool. So who the hell are you?
My name is Dinorah, and I'm
Dinorah.
Dinorah.
You got to speak into the microphone there, Dinorah.
Okay, so I'm Dinorah, named after my mother, who's also Dinorah.
Two Dinorahs.
Well, actually, there's three. It's funny you should say that. In our family, we have three Dinorahs.
Okay.
But I'm a daughter.
Who the hell are you?
I'm actually a daughter, a sister.
Okay.
Your sister, actually.
What?
Yes.
You're the sister.
I'm the baby girl.
the infamous sister. Okay.
Yes.
Famous or infamous? Both.
Oh, duh.
Okay, cool. All right.
Come on now.
All right, very cool. So very cool. I appreciate you taking the time to join us in this. We're going to have some fun with this podcast because we're going to today's topics. We're going to talk about current events and all that shit that happens with current events. It was kind of funny. So as we were doing prep for this, we were sitting down and we were talking about the news and stuff. And I think I asked you, where did you got your news? And I think you said TikTok. I go, what the fuck? Not again. Another TikTok news person. Because I know a lot of people that get their news from People magazine.
No. Now, to be clear, I don't get my news from TikTok. I get my humor from TikTok.
TikTok humor. What's TikTok humor?
Oh, TikTok's actually funny. It has some really snippets that are comical.
Okay.
So
okay.
that's right.
People will send me TikTok, and I can't read TikTok because TikTok forces you to load their app.
Yes.
And I won't do that because they're part of the Chinese. The Chinese.
Oh, stop it.
Communist Party. So I don't want them. I don't want them reading my my shit on my phone.
Yeah.
Recently I just got DuckDuckGo.
Oh, I use that.
Yeah. So,
I've been using that for years.
Oh, I saw that. It goes, I got a flash thing. It goes, they're watching you.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Or Google is watching you. I go,
I've seen that.
I do, because I do private browsing. Not that I'm doing anything necessary to do private browsing, but I do private browsing, right? So I did DuckDuckGo because it said, Google is still watching you. Mm-hmm. And they did it with that ominous voice.
I know.
It's like, Google is watching you.
I've seen that too.
Kind of got freaked out, loaded DuckDuckGo, and I've been using it. I'm not sure if I'm any more secure. So, but
what it does prevent though are any of those pop-ups.
Oh, okay. So, okay. Well, getting back to the China, the China
Yes.
software. So you are using TikTok for all your news?
No. To be clear, not news.
Okay.
Humor.
All right. Well, we'll have to get into that a little bit more, but whatever. So you are a 30, 40, 50, 60-year-old professional or is it a 20-year professional?
I am a professional
Whatever.
in IT for financial services.
Nice. Okay. Very cool. Well, we appreciate you hanging out with us here at Life in the Bitter Truth and the podcast. So, are you a listener of the podcast?
I am.
Okay.
I am a subscriber.
You are a subscriber. You like subscribers. Everyone like and subscribe, please. So, yeah, very cool. Good. So today we thought we'd talk a little bit about current events and all the shit that happens at current events. So as we were sitting there prepping for this, getting back a little, the first thing I think I brought up was, did you hear about Charlie Sheen? It's like, Charlie Sheen? It's like,
what happened with him now?
Exactly. So it's like, what? What's going on with Charlie Sheen? So, I was reading the news this morning, and Charlie Sheen just came out with the fact that he didn't say he had an affair with a couple of dudes, but he said that he has had sex with men.
What?
Exactly. So, first of all, who the fuck cares?
Well, yeah.
Because Hollywood's been doing that for eons. The one I was heartbroken about, and I don't mean that in a negative way. I meant that in the sense of, what? Really? Rock Hudson?
Rock Hudson,
Rock Hudson, right? So, for me, Rock Hudson was like, the manly man, whatever. But apparently that doesn't matter either. So So Charlie Sheen came out with in some, again, People magazine.
Oh, is it People? Okay.
That he had I guess he's promoting a new show, something about Charlie Sheen on Netflix or something like that.
Oh, I didn't know he had a show.
I didn't know either. So, lately I have not been watching a whole lot of Netflix.
Neither.
So, yeah. But I do have to watch Love is Blind. It's Love is Blind England, number 2, season 2 for
I've
England.
never watched it.
So it's always comical to see people going through it. So, not that whatever. But yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah. So Charlie Sheen came out with the fact that he had slept with men. And but he says straight out that he did not give it, to his best knowledge, he did not give anybody HIV.
Oh, okay.
Exactly. But can you imagine? Maybe he did. Maybe he didn't. Who the hell knows?
How long ago was that?
I don't know. He didn't indicate how long ago it was. At least in the brief article that I didn't, as I'm skimming through some of these conversational points, I didn't sit there and read the entire article because A, I don't give a shit about Charlie Sheen.
Right, exactly.
B, okay, that's not news, but it's funny because, again, another article about what we talk a little bit about sometimes when we're not on the podcast. We talk about identity politics where, the media likes to hone in on one group or another. And it's like, is this another article that hones in on another group in our society?
But I mean, is he doing it now just to get ratings for this new show?
Excuse me, my coffee. Yeah, absolutely, he's doing that. Yeah. Why else would he do something like that? Why else would he say something that salacious?
Because it's very targeted.
It's very salacious. It's very targeted. So of course, that's what they do. That's what all these media hounds do, and they're all media hounds, right? They're all looking to promote one thing or another, which is fine. It is what it is. You got everyone's got the game. And they got to play the game to get the cheese. So.
Did you hear about his wife? Like now divorcing?
Denise Richards?
Yeah.
I like Denise. What's going on with? I thought they were divorced.
No, her and her current husband are divorcing or something that I had read.
Yeah, Denise seems like she's, and I don't know Denise very well. Or at all.
At all, I was going to say. Didn't know you were friends with her.
But from what I've read, right, she seems like she's a complicated individual.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not sure if she is, but it just
seems like a wackadoo.
Okay, well, she could be a wackadoo for all I know. So I remember young Denise Richards, not older Denise Richards. So yeah. Did my phone ring? Because sometimes it happens.
No.
I have it on silent. You have yours on silent?
Mine's on silent.
Okay, good. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, that's Charlie Sheen. It's like ridiculous. It's Charlie Sheen. So whatever, like I said.
Gotta move on. Yeah. Whatever.
I don't know. I like Charlie Sheen, but I like probably Emilio Estevez, his brother, better. Though I do like the dad, Martin. Because I think he's a good actor.
I think he's a great actor. Yeah.
So but Charlie Sheen, not so much. I don't know. I haven't seen much of his work. In fact, most of his movies, I can't decide on. Some
he
show.
He had a sitcom.
Was it 4 or 3? 2.5 Men?
Something. Oh, that was it. That was it.
Okay. Yeah. So.
And I never watched it.
Yeah, neither did I. So I don't know, but whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's Charlie Sheen. That's what I was reading, and then I was kind of funny. I was looking through it more, and I know that the big thing that was going on yesterday, I think, was the Senate committee hearings with Robert Kennedy.
Oh,
Jr.
yeah.
Yeah, and the whole COVID bullshit and the whole vaccine stuff. So, not that I don't think he's an anti-vaxxer, but he is basically indicating the fact that, we don't know about these vaccines, whether they're good for us or not. So mandates are bullshit. Don't be, and I'm paraphrasing because I don't know the entire context of what the Senate hearing was because I don't have that kind of time to watch it. But he was basically indicating that, or his perspective is he doesn't believe in those mandates, right? And he's got harsh words for, Fauci, the criminal that never got arrested. He had to get, the pardon, the pre-pardon.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he's a criminal. He's a dirtbag. He's a real scumbag, and he affected a lot of people with his stupid lies and stuff like that. Yeah, so not that I'm an anti-vaxxer, because I, as a child, and you,
I as well,
we've all been vaccinated for everything that was put out there, because we are what generation?
We're Gen X.
You're Gen X, that's right. Well, aren't you on the cups?
No, that would be you.
Cups of
that
the
would
boomer?
be you because you are my older brother.
Whatever.
Just saying.
But either way, right? So in our generation, that was what you did, right? And then over time.
But it was certain vax. It wasn't everything, was it?
No, it was polio. It was TB. It was mumps, measles, all that shit.
That's right. That's right.
Chicky pops.
But they were saying I thought I had heard that like some groups are saying that vaccinations cause autism.
Yeah, that's been going on. That's been the whole rub, right? Is vaccines create autism. So you've had nothing but a spike in autism over the last, or at least reported. Autism. Whether it's real or not, I don't know. I don't see. I haven't read all the whatever, but statistics. That's right. But yeah, they're saying that vaccinations create autism. Okay, well, shit. Most of us are autistic in one form or another. Well, they say that every human is autistic at one level or another. Some are just more on the spectrum, more aggressively on the spectrum than others, because we all have quirks.
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen you do some shit.
Hey.
So there you go. So
not everyone's about that.
Everybody's on the spectrum at some level. And I'm not minimizing the stuff that the real folks that have to deal with their children that are on heavily spectrum, and that stuff it's tragedy, but. Yeah, but they say that. So vaccines, that's been going on forever. That Jenny McCarthy was that actress who's been very prominent about anti-vaccine and that. And so I don't know, because of that. And I don't know if Robert Kennedy is anything like that, because Robert Kennedy is a liberal. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's a liberal, not a libtard, but a liberal, right? I'm not sure if he's on that spectrum. And his wife, she's that actress on Curb Your Enthusiasm that was married to Larry David.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so because they run in liberal circles, and of course the Kennedys were all liberals, so they run in that circle. So of course, so when he joined on to the Trump administration, of course he's now a pariah, right? And you see that in the way they speak to him at the Senate hearing. It's just like they were calling him a liar. They're just fucking rude. The discourse in our politics in these hearings is just outrageous.
Wow.
Just wrong. So whatever. But like I said, I don't know. I don't know what's going on and why they had to get so ornery about it. But I know that the vaccines, he doesn't like the mandates that the government has. I know that one issue. And then, of course, the whole COVID thing was a big thing. And I was, as part of that article, I was reading that, or I think you mentioned that in our conversation, that tuberculosis is on the rise.
It is.
Crazy.
I know.
Yeah. And that's a deadly disease. So.
And they're saying that I think you said that was in Maine, there's 3, but I also heard in California there were some.
Yeah. The article that I read was 3 active cases in Maine, active. So that's pretty dangerous shit. Tuberculosis.
Yeah, and like 5 deaths already.
Yeah.
From TB.
So I probably, and of course a lot of crazies out there are gonna go wacky on me, so don't go wacky. But it's kind of funny. I read another article. And I can't tell you the news outlet. It was maybe the Washington Post, maybe. Which said I could be wrong. Maybe I am. But they were saying that because of the influx in illegal immigration, because they don't have the same level of vaccinations. And TB was a big thing when the first wave of immigrations took place in the 20s.
Okay. But I think I had read where it was also in the homeless.
Yeah, homeless.
Homeless.
Yeah. Because obviously there's, like I said, I can't speak of the homeless as well, but you can only imagine that in that population center, there's all kinds of stuff going on there too. But I read it that it was coming in from the illegals. So yeah, it's certainly possible, plausible certainly. I don't know, but it's tough. Tough situation. So yeah, that was that whole thing about, because if TB is coming back and now we're having this whole conversation about vaccines again. I don't know. You anti-vaxxer?
I am anti-vaxxer to the COVID. I think it's bullshit.
Okay. Yeah, COVID was a bit of a stupid thing. We did some really stupid things in this country. We allowed things to happen in this country which we should never.
Never. But
shutting down the world and was just over the top. Stupidity, but whatever, because we hurt the economy, and then we pumped in, god awful dollars into our economy to keep it afloat because of COVID, which we shouldn't have done.
No.
So, and we're all reaping the pains of that for years to come. So
California Newsom never gave any of the money to the right people.
Newsom is a jackass.
I know that.
Okay? Somebody ought to put a target on that guy's back. And I'm not saying do harm, but I'm just saying the guy's a fool.
Yeah, no, I agree.
And I mean, just to jump, and we'll get back to that again, but dude, Gavin Newsom, what a fucktard.
Yeah.
I mean, oh my God.
Yeah.
He is destroyed. And the podcasters out there have heard me say Gavin Newsom's a fucktard or a dumb shit for years and years. Well, for as long as I've been alive, I've never, or whatever, I don't like him.
No, me
He's
neither.
just destroyed California. And I've said it 1,000 times. The guy is just the stupid empty shirt, right? But he's running for president.
You really think he's going to?
He is running for president, and he just wants to be president so bad. You can see it on his face. It's just so uncomfortable to see him in public. His hand gestures. He's on the podcast circuit because, you know, in today's world, right? No one's getting news from the traditional outlets, right? All press is dying. You know, print media is dead. You know, anybody's reading the newspaper is like, what? Why? It's so old and so slow to get that kind of shit. So I don't know. Print and unfortunately, media today, both television media as well as print media, they're all heavily liberal, right? So the poor folks out there
it's just targeted.
Yeah, well, it's targeted, but they get all this, you know, they get all this garbage one-sided and stuff. So yeah, whatever. But Gavin Newsom, yeah, he is the poor dude. He needs to crawl back under his rock.
Yeah.
You know, he's what is he going to run on? What platform is he going to run on?
I have no idea.
What his platform is, Trump's going to run again. You know, I've got 28 hats that have been sent to me, you know, MAGA hats that have been sent to me. People, mark my words, he's going to run again.
Good. I hope he does.
He can't. He's not going to. It's against the Constitution.
Oh, that's true.
People, don't be so stupid to listen to these libtards, especially Gavin Newsom. He's trying to do the scare, right? And, of course, Gavin Newsom's got nothing he could run on. What? Is California booming?
No.
Exactly. Is water management great, California?
Oh, God.
Forestry management?
Nope.
The economy, it's upside down. Illegal aliens. We've got
Homeless.
It's a sanction. Homeless. I mean, in fact, I think the last time I saw something about Gavin Newsom was something he was on some article, some podcast where they said to him, or I can't remember the outlet, but they were talking about they were kind of making fun of him and saying, "Oh, the only time you clean up the homeless is when the Communist Party comes into California and you make sure you hand everybody a Chinese flag." And you clean it up that way. So you can certainly do it, right, Gavin, when you want to, but only for the communist.
Right.
Right, because you want the communists to invest in California. That's smart.
But he's trying to do the same thing with the Olympics coming.
Oh, really?
Yes.
I thought we got the Olympics, got rid of the Olympics. Why would we have the Olympics?
What do you mean?
Who cares about the Olympics?
I'm just saying that he's trying to do something with
What's
that.
he trying to do?
He's cleaning it up.
Oh, shit. Yeah.
You know, traffic's going to be a shit show, and they're saying that you can't drive to the Olympics, that you have to use public transportation.
Oh, well, it's California. Oh, it's Southern California. So Southern California, of course, is one of the worst for traffic because we don't have mass transit. You know? So, yeah.
Oh, wait, weren't we supposed to have a bullet train?
Bullet train to nowhere.
Yeah.
I don't think they've even laid one
But didn't,
foot of
but
track.
Didn't money go to
Yeah, $15 billion. So I think it's $15 billion so far of dollars invested.
That's what I thought.
But not 1 inch of track has been laid.
Huh.
And I think the bullet train is supposed to go to Merced. Have you been to Merced?
No.
We talked about this before on the podcast. I've been to Merced. Nothing wrong with Merced. It's pretty. You know, I think it's pretty. I can't remember. It's been a long time. But really, who fucking cares, right?
Right.
Merced. So what they need to do is put the fucking bullet train from L.A., Orange County to Las Vegas.
Oh.
That
That's
would be
smart.
smart play. But Gavin Newsom won't do that.
Huh. I did hear also that they were trying to do something out of, like, I want to say Riverside or something.
For what?
I don't know.
So again, Gavin Newsom.
There's just so much. But anyway, Newsom's a whole nother topic, I would imagine.
It's just, you know, he's destroyed the economy of California. And I know you people have heard me say this 1,000 times. Sorry, you know, I like to rant about stupidity. So yeah, Gavin Newsom, what a jackass. So, and can you imagine if he tries to run? It's like, who do they've got? Who on the national platform do they have? They have Bernie Sanders, the oligarchy, billionaire oligarchy. What? Who the fuck cares? Billionaire oligarch, fight the oligarchy? I mean, what?
Yeah.
Fucking stupid motherfuckers, I'm telling you. And then you've got AOC.
Oh, no.
I mean, she's, I guess, attractive at some level, maybe physically, but she's a fucking empty head. Yeah. She's not the brightest tool or sharpest tool, brightest light bulb, whatever. Yeah. And then who else? Gavin Newsom?
No.
The guy who's kind of managed California into the gutter. So again, The Democrats are struggling trying to find a candidate. That's a tough one. On the Republican side, and keep in mind, folks, I am a fiscal conservative, social moderate. So I'm an independent. So they're hunting for me because I have, I'll go either way.
Right.
I swing both directions.
Oh.
Yeah. So what about you? Are you what's your take? I mean, what's your take on politics? We haven't established that, have we?
We haven't, and we can move on from that.
Oh, okay. We'll have to get back to that, folks. So sounds more of a no, I won't get it. So yeah, it's just that. That's the problem. So the liberals don't have a solid candidate, and of course, because midterms are coming up, so the big battles are happening or are going to begin to happen. Then you've got on the Republican side of the fence, and I wish we had a third, fourth, fifth party, but we don't. But whatever. Strong enough parties, and I know Elon's going to start on the third party.
Is he?
He says he's going to start a new third party, which will harvest people from the Republicans to the Democrats, whatever. But okay, whatever.
We'll see.
Ross Perot tried that too.
Yeah,
we'll see how that works out. But the Republicans have J.D. Vance. Mm-hmm. They have certainly the governor of Florida, DeSantis, which I think he's great. I think he is, and of course, Florida's booming as far as freedoms and economy's doing well. Outside the real estate market, but so they've got a few good candidates there, and of course, you've got some other strong female candidates. Who's that other candidate that was talking about potentially running? Crockett.
Oh, I hadn't heard that. Really?
She's a whack job.
Is she? I hadn't heard that.
It's funny that we talk about identity politics, right? And some of the things. She came from a wealthy community in the South. She went to a Ivy League. Well, it was kind of like a high-end high school, preparatory school. But when she speaks, she talking all country, trying to connect with the folks, which is bullshit. Oh my God, such lies. Be yourself. Be honest, So whatever. But yeah, what's your take on Trump as a politician?
I think he's done well.
Yeah.
I think he's solid. There's things that he sometimes says that that kind of rubs me the wrong way, but it's kind of cringy, but...
What specifically was cringy?
Well, just him in general when he speaks. He just, in my opinion, he speaks like a buffoon, but it's just...
Yeah.
Overall, though, I think he's done well.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah. Everyone says one thing or another about Trump. Trump was a Democrat for years.
I did hear that.
And for whatever reason, he was the cat's meow of the Democratic Party because he always gave money to all.
Of course.
And he went to what's her face's Hillary Clinton's daughter's wedding. Yeah. So the Clintons and them, they're very they were all very close. So
were.
Exactly. So yeah, again, Trump. I think his politics are. I think his policies are working. Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, he's got to unravel a lot of garbage that the Democrats put in place, and I think Jill Biden's policies for her administration was just atrocious.
Yes.
So we allowed her to run this country for 4 years, and we didn't know she was a shadow president. So, what can I say? Joe Biden, president.
Why are you calling her?
She was Jill Biden.
Oh.
No, I'm not talking about Joe Biden. I'm talking about Jill.
Oh, got it.
The spouse.
Got it.
Yeah, she's the one. She was the puppet master.
Ah, look at that.
Puppet master.
Because I thought Obama was in the back of the scenes.
Oh, too. He was another puppet master. Don't get me started on Obama.
No, let's not go.
Obama, the dreg of society.
Let's move back to Trump.
Yeah, so fucking Obama.
But Trump's funny. He's trying to change names, like another policy. Like what's?
Didn't you tell me? You told me something about the name change in our
defense.
Department of War.
Ooh.
Now, that's not something new. That's been going on. That was there back in
he's just changing it back.
Changing it back.
Yeah.
I like it. I like that. Department of Defense. Why do we got to defend? Department of War. We're going to go fuck some people up, right? That sounds good. I like that. Sends a message. Don't fuck with the U.S.
But these liberals are like trying to like say he's changing everything, and
yeah, he is, guys. He is. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Black helicopters coming. Like, give me a fucking break, But whatever. Yeah, guys, I heard that. I heard Department of War.
Yeah.
I like that. It sounds good too.
Yeah.
Sounds like it's got a little bit of a bite to it. Think it's going to scare the adversaries?
I don't know. We'll see.
Okay. Well,
we'll see.
Well, you saw that he launched an attack on Maduro in Venezuela. Not Maduro directly, but a smuggler boat, which they basically blew it out of the water.
Oh.
And so, Maduro is in fear for himself. He's actually underground hiding, which is what I was told, right? Because we've put a bounty of $50 million on his head. President Maduro of Venezuela.
Really?
Yeah. So, he's not the rightful president of Venezuela because he lost the election but wouldn't give up.
Oh.
And I think, I don't know what happened to the other candidate who actually won. I know he's in the background. I don't think he's.
I was going to say, you there?
And who knows what happened to him? I haven't heard much since in a couple of years about him. But Maduro's basically a dirtbag, communist, socialist of some sort or another, like all socialists are, right? And we'll get into the socialist conversation because I was watching a podcast about socialism and stuff and how the young people are feeling that kind of thing. But Maduro, yeah, it's just like, what the hell? Maduro is like. Running scared because of the whole drug trafficking and Trump declared war on drugs, which we've been declaring war on drugs for the last 50 years or whatever. But whatever, So I think Trump's policies are working. They have to unravel years of Joe Biden's policies.
It's not just Joe.
Jill.
Well, but it's also Obama.
Yeah. I mean, it's just
Trump didn't have, after Obama, Trump had 4 years, but
he
couldn't do much in those 4 years because he was being attacked the entire time.
Yeah, it was a complete, you talk about a government coup.
Yeah.
That's what took place with Trump's first administration.
Yeah.
It was just that. It was a concerted effort to destroy, dismantle, and delay anything and everything in his policies. So he did not get to do. He did a lot.
He did, but he didn't.
He was fighting a war on multiple fronts, and unfortunately, he could have done a lot more in the first four. Unfortunately, because he's now president for this term, but he can't run again, which is too bad. So hopefully, the one who precedes him or the one who comes after him.
Can finish what he started.
Can finish the start of what, or finish what he started is true. It's tough because this country has got enormous debt, and we're struggling with, probably potential cuts to all kinds of, government handouts that are there. The Social Security system is underwater. It was never meant to be what it is today. The safety net, yes, but the safety net wasn't designed to handle what we are today. An aging population, people living longer, and less people contributing into it. So, it's tough, unfortunately. But hopefully he can, take the time to keep pushing forward on the policies that help the economy, help the people of this country. So illegal has been the illegal aliens have been. It's been a big part of his policies because he ran on that. He kept his promises, and that's been illegal crosses have been down aggressively. So which is good, right?
That is good.
We need less. We need less people here that aren't citizens. Yeah. So there's a lot to it. So along that same lines, I know that. I think it was Jerome Powell. The job reports came in a bit lighter than we would have liked for this quarter or so. It's just or the last month, and you can blame Jerome Powell, the Fed chair, for the lack of action against lack of action on interest rates. Lowering interest rates.
You have to get those down.
You gotta spark the economy. Lowering the interest rates will certainly prompt the economy to put a fire under the economy, and certainly get companies to hire more people as it becomes cheaper for capital and all those other things. So because I deal with that on a daily basis, the capital is expensive.
Yeah.
And the more we have to spend on higher interest rates, that affects our day-to-day operations. So hopefully that happens, and of course that'll spark the the housing market, I think, will kick it back up into gear and get people to, free up inventory, because inventory is still down, interest rates are high, so that creates a freeze in the market. So, yeah. So hopefully the Fed chair will do 100 basis points in the next quarter or in September.
One can hope.
And hopefully they'll do another 100 basis points. Of course, this is just dreams by the end of the year, but that would be great.
Yeah.
Imagine a 200 basis points drop in our interest rate puts us competitive to Europe, and definitely in line with where Asia is, because we are, I believe, 200 basis points higher than Asia, and I want to say 1.5 or 150 higher than Europe, something like that. So yeah, so we're not, Europe's doing a better job, Asia's doing a better job, so than the U.S. and we're not being competitive. So
we got to get there.
Yeah, and I think Jerome Powell actually made the comment about tariffs. That tariffs are actually working. I read that article. He said that Jerome Powell admits that that he was wrong on Trump's tariffs. Trump's tariffs are actually working.
How does it affect your world?
Well, we do imports, right? So unfortunately, we've got certain parts of the world where imports are still impacted by tariffs. Every importer is basically working to mitigate the exposure of tariffs by either eating some of that cost, meaning so the end user doesn't have to. Right. And so what I've seen a lot of, and all importers that they do, that they've taken a lot of the cost on to themselves.
Oh, have they? They haven't passed it on?
Haven't passed it on at any large degree. That's now shifting.
It has to.
Because margins are lower. So what they're having no choice to do that.
So again, the economy, because now we have to pay more
which is going to hurt the economy even more. So that's why the tariff process or the tariff battle is great, because it does get people back to the negotiating table. We need longer term solutions, because tariffs are hurting the stock markets, right? The whole tariff battles and stuff, and it's tough. But everybody wants to do business in the U.S. because the U.S. is the largest market economy on the planet, right? So everybody wants to do business, and you know what? The U.S., for all the truths that are out there, we have been taken advantage of. Everybody's got high tariffs against the U.S. products, right? But we let everything into this country, and that's bullshit. It has to be done. It has to be done kind of in a different format. I think we need to work with certain countries. I think China needs to be the highest tariffs on the planet, 500%. Anything coming out of China needs to be tariffed to the hilt. We need to teach the Chinese that you need us more than we need you. Now, did we create the problem? Sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we pushed all manufacturing out of this country.
Yeah.
However, we need to work with India. We need to work with Vietnam to get production outside of China into those countries where, I think from a lot of the Chinese manufacturing, they don't care about their people. That's why things cost so much here, is because we care about the people that produce things, and that's why things are more expensive.
They're more
here,
expensive, right?
So, but China is a currency manipulator, and China doesn't care about its workers. That's for sure.
No.
So yeah. So I think China. We need to teach China, and remember, China's not our friend. They are a they're an adversary, and we're going to have to deal with China, if not in the next couple of years, soon enough, because they want Taiwan back. And it's going to happen. So mark my words. We'll sit here and we'll go back. Didn't I tell you? Fucking war with Taiwan. And we have no choice but to defend Taiwan because of the semiconductors, right? So, and of course, we've allowed China to control precious earth minerals. That's why there's been that big talk about precious earth minerals. So, I don't know. What's your take?
I don't really have an opinion.
On Trump or the whole battle with China?
The battle with China.
China.
And unfortunately, I've purchased items.
Temu? Yes. Everybody in this country purchases things from Temu, and everybody loves the Dollar Tree store or the dollar store. We've gotten so accustomed to buying the fucking dollar things from the Dollar Tree, Temu. What's that clothing store that my daughter bought? Sheen.
I don't even know how to say that.
So yeah, yeah.
But I always thought Shine wasn't China. from China. I didn't realize that.
It's all China. It's all China.
But now when you order from Amazon too, it's like sometimes it takes longer because it's coming from China. You don't know that.
Everything I don't think Amazon sells anything that's not Chinese made. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, it's kind of funny. I'm looking more and more at products that are made outside. I want to know where shit's made now more than ever, right? I've got I think the iPhone, there was a whole article we talked about that would you pay more for the iPhone if it was made in the US?
Probably.
Why did you hesitate? Why probably not?
It's already expensive. So it's like now how much more is it going to be?
Yeah, $500 more.
That's a lot. Maybe.
Okay, so would you go to Samsung then?
No, I don't like Samsung.
Okay, so by the way, the iPhone platform is predominantly US based. Everywhere else in the world, it's actually Samsung's got the higher market share, but because it's a better phone.
Oh, is it? You think so?
Yeah, it's open source, better phone.
So why are you on it?
I was on it, but then I got the laptop, and so I wanted to stay within an ecosystem, and I just never switched out. And then I just got another laptop, right? Another Apple laptop. So I've just stayed in the ecosystem. But I remember my Samsung phone, which was great. Yeah.
Never had one.
Yeah. So
never had one. I've always had an Apple.
Yeah. So where was I going with all that?
I don't know.
I was going somewhere with all that. It's very important.
Would I pay more?
Oh yeah. Would you pay more for? Would you pay more for a fucking product built in the U.S.?
Probably not.
Really? Damn. So you're part of the problem.
Yeah, I admit it.
Now me, I would pay. I actually would pay more to have something made here in the U.S. just because I think that you should. You're an American.
No, I agree.
Support America first.
I agree.
MAGA. Yeah. So yeah, I mean,
But everything's so expensive as it is, and that's the harder part is like justifying that.
You think about why is it so expensive to build a phone in China? It shouldn't be.
It shouldn't be.
But Apple's making record profits. The margin on iPhone's probably, astronomical, 60-80%, because China ain't paying. I mean, it's pennies on the dollar there in China to produce something. So you can imagine the markup. Mm-hmm. Didn't I read that? Was it Google pays Apple $20 billion a year to have the Google app as the primary?
Oh, really? I didn't know that. I didn't hear that.
And why? Apple could take out and create their own search engine.
Actually, they could.
They could. Why aren't they?
Why partner with?
Exactly. Google.
Yeah.
I don't know. But yeah. So yeah, would it be more expensive here? Sure. Why wouldn't it be? Because obviously an American worker making, let's say, $25 an hour with benefits, now you're probably cooking it at another, I don't know, let's call it $32. Well, now we got regulatory, maybe let's call it $35 an hour. Yeah, it could be expensive.
Yeah.
But why not? American made. How about having a fun? So we talk, remember buying things in America. Remember back in the day, all the stuff that our grandmother had that was Corian, not Corian. What's it called? The
Pyrex.
The Pyrex.
Yeah.
All made in America.
Not anymore.
But the ones that we have are all USA, right? And those things are hot. Those things are hot. You look for them. It's like those things are hot. So wouldn't it be nice to have a phone that says "Made in the USA"?
It would.
A little MAGA sign underneath it. But yeah, so of course that's it. So we say that with shifting production out of China into other countries where it's a little bit more.
I know.
Is she trying to get in here?
Yeah.
Yeah, we need to close that door. We have our little friend back there. So same thing. I buy things that are bespoke. You like the word bespoke?
Yeah.
I like the word bespoke. So I custom make it, and I custom order it to my liking. Right? I do like watch bands and that kind of stuff, but they're being produced in Vietnam, which I like that. That's kind of cool.
Okay.
I mean, it's a little not a mom and pop shop now, but it's just that they actually will produce custom ordered watch bands. It's kind of Kyle. It's kind of nice, right?
But it's Vietnam. It's not American.
I find one in the U.S. I'd fucking do it too as well.
Okay.
And yeah, it would go from $120 to $420. True. But, what happens is here we don't have a lot of that anymore.
No.
So that's unfortunate. So, yeah, hopefully, tariffs, we can work through those issues a little bit more. So, yeah, Jerome Powell, and he better fucking lower the interest rates.
He has to lower them.
Yeah.
But
So
they were saying that the fourth quarter is coming. But they've been saying that for the last 6 months, right?
Well, third quarter. Third quarter is the one that everyone's targeting. Even the stock market's targeting 100 basis points, so 1%.
Okay, we don't have much more time in the third quarter.
No.
So I'm thinking probably fourth quarter.
No. September's when they do the announcement.
Okay.
So in September they'll do the announcement for the third quarter, and then December they'll do another announcement for the fourth quarter, and hopefully we get it because that'll be great. Everything drops. Of course, investment accounts like the high yield savings, those will go down. But okay, it is what it is, right? Because most Americans, it'll help because most Americans carry debt and the credit card rates and those kinds of things. And of course, it will spark the economy because people will refinance their homes, and that'll help because they lower their payment. Therefore, they can take those dollars and spend it elsewhere in the economy. Right. So all that has that trickle effect or has that secondary impact. So very important. But that's my 2 cents.
Yeah.
So then the other thing we read, I read was England. A whole shit going on. Did you read that?
I think you mentioned that to me.
What's going on with England? All the freedom of speech. There's no such concept of freedom of speech.
But there never has been.
Well, they don't have any laws protecting freedom of speech. But generally, people never bothered you or arrested you for saying what you wanted to say. Comedians, podcasters who are coming into England. Or people who are vocal and are present in popular whatever media have to be careful.
So they'll get arrested?
So I was reading an article where and I forget the comedian's name, but it was a comedian who had a whole shtick on, I think he's British. He might be British. Whole shtick on the gays or the trans and maybe the Arabs. And how sensitive these because Europe's allowed so much immigration of Arabs or Middle Eastern folks, so everyone's so sensitive. But some comedian was arrested because he said something on a tweet, not a tweet, but an X.
Okay.
How do you say it? Is it a tweet? Is it a tweet or is it an X?
I don't know anymore. I don't know.
I'm not sure, but I think they still use the nomenclature for the X platform, but it's like a tweet, whatever. But he said a couple things.
And he's from England?
I think he was from England.
Okay.
I think. But I was actually Megan Kelly made a comment. Goes, I'm a little concerned. Maybe I'm not going to be allowed into England because I don't fucking abide by some of this bullshit stuff that goes on in our popular in our popular discourse, And if I don't like something, I'm going to fucking say it. That's why I don't work for big companies anymore. I have my own media empire, so she can say what the fuck she wants. But yeah, that's just crazy shit that's going on. So yeah, what are your thoughts about that shit?
No, I definitely think it's crazy. The freedom of speech that doesn't apply. It seems like, no. Especially if you're going to get arrested. Can you imagine if they did that here?
Well, they're eating away at our rights here in this state, because you can't say things about people. People get all delicate and people get all offended. Now you can't say certain things about one group or another.
No, you can't.
It's just they were talking. I think along the same lines as they were some kind of moratorium on immigration from the Middle East. Because everyone's getting tired of this. You can't say one thing about one group, and you saw that in identity politics.
Yeah,
you can't talk about it. I mean, this has been going on for several decades, where even comedians don't have the ability to say things about people, and people get all offended because whatever.
There's a lot of sensitivity these days.
Oh my God, beyond crazy sensitivity, and it's like it shouldn't have to be that way, but because you should be able to kind of poke fun at yourself or groups, because we have all kinds of historical, situations with one group or another. And I've been seeing this on not TikTok, but on Instagram, where I think I sent you one where it's the little babies.
Oh, I love those.
And they do like, and they're talking nonsense, but it's funny,
It's funny because they're the way that
they poke fun at the blacks, they poke fun at the whites, they poke fun at the Asians. the gay people.
Yeah.
It's so much fun. And it's like little babies doing it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I thought that was okay. But something's happening in Europe where, some basic freedoms are being closed up. Mm-hmm. So kind of crazy.
Well, I think it's the generational aspects of everything too. We're Gen X. So we've got in my opinion, the greatest generation, but
I think so too. Yeah.
But it's also as the generations get deeper, and it doesn't seem like the generation today that's coming into the world or whatever is just too sensitive with everything.
It's true.
And I don't know if it's that the parents that are bringing up this generation.
Yeah.
I
mean, you look at the raising of my 3 kids, though I wasn't overly, sensitive about, wording or using words. And we talked.
No, you're definitely not sensitive.
We talked I'm extremely fucking sensitive. It's an internal sensitivity.
Got it.
Which only gets displayed to very special people.
Okay.
Yeah.
Must be special.
So, but no, my kids heard and were part of conversations about politics, religion, and everything else, right? Nothing was kept away from them, but raising 3 separate individuals with all levels of characters and feelings and all that kind of stuff, you could say something to one child and the other one you'd have to say it slightly differently because they're more sensitive about certain things.
Right.
It's not education because they're all educated, right?
But that's also an individuality too, because
it's their exposure.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So whatever. So you, as a parent, raising kids in this climate, you just have to be mindful of everyone's individual sensitivity. I don't think we got that.
No.
In our family, growing up, you needed to build that thick skin, or you were going to be fodder because we got all. Yeah, there was. It
was nothing like that.
There was no
sensitivity. Yeah. There was nothing. They didn't coddle us. They didn't say anything. They spoke to us exactly the same way. Yeah. All 3 of us.
Yeah. So coming at that same approach in our modern time, let's say with my kids, you can't just say get the fuck over it.
Right.
Because
one's going to get more offended, the other one's going to be like, okay,
whatever. Yeah. The other one's like, fine, whatever, and then take your feelings and suck it back down where it belongs.
Right.
Like a mass shooter, No, but that's kind of it, right? So what is that, right? You have to suck it down low like we all did. It's like you kind of build an armor, you protect yourself. Today, it's like, oh, I was spoken to harshly, so now I'm going to go shoot up a school.
Yeah. No, that's not how it is.
That's not how it is. So whatever. Freedom of speech, or what is it? The issues we have in Europe. Will it creep here? I don't know.
Oh God, I hope not.
I think we see it.
I hope not.
I think we see it. So I don't know. It's shocking. So
yes.
What did you think about this topic approach?
I liked it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You haven't.
It's quite fluid.
Yeah, kind of fluid. It's kind of good. You
I did like it. Yeah.
So very good. Very good. So we're going to come up with some other topics, and we'll more structured topics. Certainly, we're gonna. Yeah. I've got a whole list of different things I'd like to have extensive conversation with you about.
I'd love to, and I would say thank you for allowing me this opportunity.
Absolutely, I think it's fun. So guys, I think we're going to end it there, and we want to thank you for at least tuning into our crazy conversation. And some of it, of course, is just opinion, and it's probably not real opinions. It's just it's
how we feel.
It's just conversation. So those crazies out there that will get offended by what we've talked about, don't. It's just fun. So enjoy it. So this is hello, and this is our way of kind of like welcoming you into conversations, and that's what we want to do. So Life in the Bit of Truth. We are on all the podcast platforms. YouTube, if you're watching this on YouTube, like and subscribe, and that helps the algorithm. Leave comments because that also helps, and we may or may not reply.
But I love to hear comments.
Yeah, I like to hear
like
some
comments.
Some of the comments are stupid, but whatever.
Well, but it's their opinion too. Remember that.
That's right. And we enjoy them. We listen to them. We do chuckle about them. So again, on YouTube, please like and subscribe. And if you're on Instagram, certainly like there as well. And on all the other podcast platforms, you can tune in and leave comments there as well. So thank you so much. We appreciate you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.